Jordan didn't cry when Lila walked out the door. Not when she packed the last of her dresses into that beige suitcase that used to sit permanently under Jordan's bed. Not when she paused in the doorway, offered a soft, almost pitying smile, and said, "You'll understand one day." Not even when the lock clicked behind her. But she did cry the moment she found the wine glass Lila had left in the sink, still half full, lipsticked, like a crime scene. That was 3 weeks ago. Now Jordan was sitting in Zoe's living room, staring at her phone, scrolling mindlessly through Lila's new Instagram photos. Lila and Rebecca in Positano. Lila and Rebecca at a charity gala. Lila and Rebecca smiling in front of a Christmas tree that looked like it belonged in a billionaire's mansion. Every picture radiated a calculated perfection. Rebecca in her sleek black suits. Lila in those dresses Jordan could never afford to buy her. She upgraded, Jordan muttered. Zoe didn't look up from her nail polish. She upgraded to a financial portfolio. You're the real human. A real human who got dumped like last week's Uber Eats, Jordan said, tossing the phone aside. I mean, she said I wasn't serious enough. That I was, what did she call it? Stuck in prolonged adolescence, Zoe offered. That's it. Jordan leaned back, covering her face with her hands. God, that's brutal. It's bullshit, Zoe said. You're not immature. You're just not a boring corporate clone. There's a difference. Tell that to the successful attorney who knows what she wants from life. Okay, first of all, who talks like that outside of a rom-com villain? Zoe snapped the nail polish shut and turned to her. Second of all, you're going to prove her wrong. Jordan groaned. Please don't tell me to get a new haircut and become a girl boss. Better, Zoe grinned. You're coming to my cousin's wedding next weekend. Hard pass. Lila will be there. Jordan froze. With Rebecca? Of course. Then why the hell would I go? Because you're going with your new girlfriend. Jordan blinked. I don't have a new girlfriend. That's the best part, Zoe said, leaning forward. Hey, if you're enjoying this story, go ahead and drop a like to help us grow even more. And let me know in the comments. On a scale from 0 to 10, what score would you give this story so far? Your feedback makes all the difference. You will. Well, technically, you'll have a fake one. What? You show up with someone hot, charming, artsy. Make it look like you've moved on. Make Lila squirm. That's psychotic. That's satisfying, Zoe corrected. And let's face it, Lila's ego couldn't handle it. You always worshipped her. Seeing you happy without her? It'll break her brain. Jordan chewed her lip. And who exactly is this imaginary girlfriend? Zoe's grin widened. Sam. Sam? Jordan's mind immediately flashed to the barista at Southside Brew. Short black hair, sharp green eyes, sarcastic smile. Sam, who always spelled Jordan's name right on the cup. Sam, who once gave her a free muffin when she looked particularly wrecked. Sam, who always looked like she was one secret away from laughing at the world. Sam doesn't even know me. Oh, please. Sam knows your entire coffee order, including the part where you ask for just a little less milk because lactose makes me regret my life. She totally has a thing for you. You're making that up. Am I? Zoe pulled out her phone and opened Instagram. Look. She liked your post from 2 weeks ago. Jordan frowned. The one with my dog in it? Exactly. She's in. Liking a photo of my dog doesn't mean she'll fake date me at a wedding where my ex and her trophy girlfriend will be watching our every move. Let me ask her. Zoe, too late. Zoe was already texting. Within 30 seconds, her phone buzzed. She held it up triumphantly. She said yes. Jordan stared at the screen like it was a death sentence. What the hell did you even say to her? Just that you needed a hot date to make your ex jealous. And she said yes to that? Verbatim. Sounds fun. When's the wedding? Zoe's grin was predatory. You're welcome. Jordan's head fell into her hands. I can't believe I'm doing this. But she did. The wedding was in 6 days, and like a condemned prisoner accepting her fate, she found herself back at Southside Brew 2 days later, nervously fidgeting as Sam made her usual drink. Hey, Sam said, not looking up as she worked the espresso machine. You look more anxious than usual. That's accurate, Jordan said. Sam slid the cup across the counter and met her eyes. So, fake girlfriend, huh? Jordan wanted the ground to swallow her. Zoe talks too much. She does, Sam agreed. But she's not wrong. Sounds like a fun gig. Jordan blinked. You're actually okay with this? Sam leaned on the counter, a slow smile spreading across her lips. Jordan, I've watched you walk in here every Tuesday and Thursday for the past 6 months, with hair that looks like it was styled by a tornado and eyes like you've been fighting invisible battles. You always order the same thing, always leave the exact same tip, and you always apologize to the barista when you're having a bad day. Jordan blinked. Is that good? It's real, Sam said. And if you want to make your ex jealous, I think we can sell it. But only if you promise to actually have fun with it. Fun. Yeah, Sam said, taking a sip of her own coffee. Let's make her wish she never let you go. Something twisted in Jordan's stomach. Not dread this time, but something warmer, more dangerous. She met Sam's gaze and saw it. That spark of mischief, the willingness to play a part, but the possibility of something deeper underneath. Okay, Jordan said. Let's do it. Neither of them noticed the woman across the street, half hidden behind the tinted window of a black SUV, watching Jordan through her sunglasses. Lila's jaw tightened as she saw Jordan laughing. With someone else. She pulled her phone out of her bag and opened Jordan's Instagram profile. Her finger hovered over the message button. Then she pressed it. The hotel lobby was an explosion of white lilies, champagne flutes, and conversations laced with fake laughter and social climbing. Jordan adjusted her blazer for the 3rd time, wiped her palms on her jeans for the 5th, and tried not to look like someone who had just agreed to emotionally self-sabotage in front of their ex-girlfriend and a room full of well-dressed strangers. Sam, on the other hand, looked completely at ease. She strolled beside Jordan in a fitted black dress that hugged her curves like it had been tailored just for this moment. Her hair was loosely curled, lips a deep wine red, and her green eyes scanned the lobby like this was a gallery opening and not emotional warfare. Jordan couldn't stop glancing at her. You look, she began. Sam arched a brow. Like someone about to ruin your ex's day? Jordan huffed a laugh. I was gonna say incredible, but sure. That too. Sam grinned, and Jordan felt it low in her stomach, sharp and hot and dangerous. Let's get one thing straight, Sam said as they entered the elevator. You're not here to prove anything to her. You're here to remind yourself that you're not someone who gets left behind like old furniture. She called me a phase, Jordan said quietly, staring at the numbers blinking above the elevator doors. Said I'd grow out of the version of myself that didn't fit into her 5-year plan. Then let's make her choke on her 5-year plan, Sam replied coolly. The elevator dinged. The reception hall was already buzzing with early arrivals. People turned to look. Jordan stiffened until Sam's fingers slid into hers, warm and grounding. Ready? Sam asked. Not remotely, Jordan said. Perfect, Sam winked. Then we're halfway there. Heads turned as they entered. Jordan felt every gaze, every whisper. Sam held her hand firmly, smiling like she belonged in every room she walked into. Then she saw them, Lila and Rebecca. Lila's laugh reached her ears before her eyes did. And there she was, tall and composed in a backless satin gown, hair swept into an elegant chignon, Rebecca standing beside her in a charcoal suit so crisp it could have sliced air. Lila froze the moment she saw Jordan. Her eyes dropped to their interlocked hands. She blinked, then smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. Jordan, she said, gliding forward. I didn't know you were coming. Family event. Jordan replied casually. It'd be rude not to. Her voice didn't shake. Sam gave her hand a little squeeze. Lila, this is Sam, Jordan said, turning slightly toward her. My girlfriend. Sam didn't hesitate. So nice to finally meet you. She offered her free hand, and Lila shook it slowly, like the word girlfriend was still ringing in her ears. Rebecca smiled politely, but her gaze was sharp. How long have you two been together? A few weeks, Jordan said. It's been intense. Sam smiled sweetly. We kind of clicked right away. You know when someone just gets you. That must be refreshing, Lila said coolly. Jordan never really clicked with people. She needed a lot of space. She's different with me, Sam said, and Jordan could swear the air dropped 10 degrees. She's actually very affectionate. It's cute. Lila's mouth twitched. Is that so? Very much so, Sam said, and then, before Jordan could process it, she leaned in and kissed her. It wasn't a peck. It was a slow, teasing brush of lips that lingered just long enough to set Jordan's heart galloping in her chest and make Lila blink hard. Well, Rebecca said, clearing her throat. We should find our table. Of course, Lila said, her smile stiff. She turned without another word. Jordan stood frozen as they walked away, only breathing again when they were out of earshot. You kissed me, she said, voice low. You're welcome, Sam replied. I think her eye twitched. Jordan laughed, too loudly. Heads turned again. Come on, Sam said. Let's get drunk and pretend we're in a telenovela. They sat at Zoe's table. Sam told jokes. Jordan laughed. They shared a plate of tiny desserts, and Sam fed her a bite of tiramisu like they were the only people in the room. Except Lila saw. Every time Jordan dared to glance over, she saw the flicker of something dark in Lila's eyes. Jealousy. Confusion. Something close to regret. At one point, Lila even approached Zoe, under the pretense of saying hi, but Jordan caught the way her eyes flicked to Sam again and again, like she couldn't stop herself. After the reception, as they left the venue into the cool night air, Jordan leaned against Sam's car and exhaled. That was insane. You did great, Sam said, unlocking the door. And the kiss? Jordan asked carefully. Sam's smile faltered, just for a second. Just part of the performance, she said lightly. Right, Jordan replied. But her lips still tingled. Jordan. She turned, startled. Lila stood a few feet away, arms crossed, eyes unreadable. Can we talk? Sam looked between them. I'll wait in the car. You don't have to, Jordan said, but Sam was already sliding into the passenger seat, giving them space. Lila stepped closer. So, new girlfriend. Yep. She's not your type. Maybe my type changed, Jordan said. Or maybe I never had a type and just liked the wrong person for too long. Lila flinched. That's not fair. Isn't it? Jordan asked. You said I wasn't serious. You left like I was holding you back. Now you're standing here asking to talk. Because seeing you with her, Lila hesitated. You were never like that with me. Maybe I didn't feel safe enough to be, Jordan said. Maybe I thought I had to fit into whatever version of me you wanted. And her? What is she? She's real, Jordan said. And she makes me feel real. Lila looked away. I made a mistake. Maybe, Jordan said. But maybe I'm finally starting to see that it doesn't matter. Lila took a step back, lips parted as if she wanted to say more. But she didn't. She walked away. Jordan turned to the car, opened the door, and sat beside Sam. Sam glanced at her. Everything okay? Jordan didn't answer right away. Then she smiled. You kissed me. Twice, Sam said, grinning. And you didn't slap me. That's a good sign. Jordan didn't reply. She just reached over and took Sam's hand again. This time it wasn't for show. The morning after the wedding, Jordan woke up tangled in her sheets with a single thought looping in her mind like a broken record. She kissed me. Again. And not just for show. It wasn't the first kiss in front of Lila, the one meant to spark jealousy and drive a knife into whatever remained of her ego. It was the second one. The one in the car. The one that lingered, quiet and private, without anyone watching. That one had meaning. And that terrified her more than anything. Her phone buzzed against the nightstand. Zoe. So, how does it feel to be the star of a soap opera? Jordan groaned. She typed back, like I'm one wrong move away from setting the whole thing on fire. The reply came fast. Lila's been texting me asking if you're okay. Girl is spiraling. Jordan rolled over and buried her face into the pillow. It was too early for this kind of chaos. She hadn't even processed the look on Sam's face when she pulled back from that kiss, a look somewhere between curiosity and caution. Like Sam had felt something too, but didn't know what to do with it. Later that afternoon, as if summoned by fate or poor judgment, Jordan walked into Southside Brew, pretending it was just another casual coffee run and not an excuse to see the woman who had made her forget, even for a moment, that heartbreak ever existed. Sam was behind the counter, hair pulled into a low bun, sleeves rolled up, sketchpad open beside the register like she was halfway between lattes and inspiration. "Hey," Jordan said, trying not to sound like she was holding her breath. "Back for your usual emotional support caffeine?" Sam smiled, looking up. "Rough day." "Confusing," Jordan admitted. "Yesterday was intense." "Yeah," Sam said. "You were amazing, by the way." Lila looked like she'd swallowed a cactus. Jordan laughed. "You were the amazing one. You really committed." Sam's smile faltered just a little. "You know I wasn't acting the whole time, right?" Jordan froze. "What?" Sam looked away, brushing imaginary crumbs from the counter. "Never mind, Sam." Green eyes met hers. There was no sarcasm this time, no mischief. Just something vulnerable and raw. "I said yes to the fake girlfriend thing because I thought it'd be harmless. But the truth is, I've had a thing for you for a while." Jordan blinked. "What?" "You come in here with your ridiculous hair and your chaotic charm, and I watch you try so hard to pretend you're fine when you're clearly not. And then suddenly I'm pretending to be your girlfriend, and it's fun, sure, but it's also real. For me." Jordan felt like the air had been knocked out of her. "You're serious?" "Yeah." Sam looked down, voice quiet. "But it's okay. I know this was just a plan. I just didn't want to keep pretending when I wasn't." "Sam." Jordan stepped closer, heart pounding. "I don't know what this is. I'm still figuring it out. But yesterday felt real for me too. And that scares the hell out of me." Sam smiled softly. "Good. That means it's worth exploring." They stared at each other for a beat too long. Then Jordan took a deep breath. "Do you want to go out? Like, not for show. Just us." Sam's eyes lit up. "Yeah, I'd really like that." Jordan smiled, nerves dancing in her stomach. "Okay, but only if you promise not to psychoanalyze my coffee order." "No promises," Sam grinned. "It says everything about you." They agreed on dinner that Saturday, something low-key and unassuming. But Jordan didn't anticipate how complicated things would get before then. Because that night, just as she was about to fall asleep, her phone lit up. "Lila, I miss you. Can we talk? Please." Jordan stared at the screen, her stomach twisting. She should have ignored it. She should have thrown her phone across the room and gone to sleep. But instead, her fingers hovered. And then, "God help her," she replied. "What do you want to talk about?" The dots popped up instantly. "Us." "I made a mistake, Jordan. I thought I wanted stability, a perfect life. But I didn't realize what I'd lost until I saw you again." Jordan sat up, heart pounding. "You left me. For someone else." "I know. And she's fine. But she's not you. She doesn't make me laugh. She doesn't challenge me. I thought I needed someone who would calm me down. But now I miss the fire." Jordan stared at the message, her throat tight. "You can't just come back because I look happy now. I'm coming back because I realized you're what I wanted all along. And I didn't know how to love you properly until now." Jordan didn't reply. She locked her phone and set it face down on the nightstand. She didn't sleep. The next day, Zoe was waiting for her at the gym, earbuds dangling, and an expression that screamed spill now. "She texted me," Jordan said before Zoe could even ask. "Of course she did," Zoe muttered. "What did she say?" "That she misses me. That she made a mistake." "Do not fall for this." "I'm not. Jordan sighed. "It messed with my head." "Because she knows exactly which strings to pull. She always did." Jordan leaned against the wall. "What if I'm only into Sam because of this situation? What if I'm using her as a rebound and don't even realize it?" Zoe crossed her arms. "You didn't have to kiss Sam again in the car. That wasn't part of the plan. And Sam?
She sees you.
When has Lila ever done that without trying to edit you into a version she could stomach? Jordan rubbed her temples. I just don't want to hurt anyone. Then be honest. With Sam. With yourself. Later that day, she found herself standing outside Sam's apartment, heart hammering in her chest. Sam opened the door in paint-stained overalls and a smudge of color on her cheek. Hey, she said, surprised. Is everything okay? No, Jordan blurted. I mean, yes. I mean, can I come in? Sam stepped aside. Jordan paced the tiny living room. Lila texted me. Sam nodded slowly. Figured she would. She wants to talk. She says she misses me. That she made a mistake. Sam was quiet. And what do you want? I want. Jordan stopped. Turned to her. I want to not feel like I'm still chasing someone who never really saw me. I want something that feels good and real. I want you. Sam's breath hitched. Are you sure? No, Jordan admitted. But I want to try. Not because of her. Because of you. Because of how I feel when I'm around you. And if I mess this up, I'll own it. But I'm done pretending. Sam crossed the room and took her hands. Then let's try. No pretending. No performing. Just us. Jordan exhaled like she'd been holding her breath for years. And when Sam kissed her again, this time it was slow, certain, and entirely theirs. For the first time in weeks, Jordan wasn't thinking about Lila when she opened her eyes. She wasn't replaying their last fight or scrolling through curated snapshots of Lila's shiny new life. She was thinking about Sam, barefoot in the kitchen, humming something soft as she brewed coffee in a chipped French press, one hand absently smearing blue paint on a canvas by the window. Jordan was sitting on the edge of Sam's couch, legs tucked under her, wearing one of Sam's old sweatshirts, watching her like she was some kind of miracle. You know, Sam said without turning around, you staring at me like that is very distracting. I might spill the coffee. I'll survive, Jordan replied, voice low. I think you're doing it on purpose. Sam finally turned, handing her a mug. You'd make a terrible liar. I'm not lying. Jordan took the cup, fingers brushing Sam's, lingering just long enough to make them both feel it. I just don't know how to look at you without wanting more. Sam's eyes flicked down to her lips. Then stop waiting. But before Jordan could close the distance between them, her phone buzzed on the table. Both women looked at it. Jordan's stomach twisted. Lila. Again. Sam sat down slowly beside her. You going to read it? I shouldn't, Jordan muttered. But I will. The message was short. Are you really with her? Or is this still some act to make me jealous? Sam glanced over her shoulder. She doesn't get to ask that. She thinks this is revenge, Jordan whispered. That this is all just a performance. Then tell her it's not, Sam said softly. And if you're not sure yet, tell me. Jordan looked at her. I'm sure. About you. About wanting this. Sam searched her face. Tell me this isn't just because she suddenly wants you back. Jordan flinched. It's not. But that doesn't mean she's out of my head completely. Sam nodded slowly. I can live with honesty. I can't live with being someone's weapon. You're not, Jordan said, reaching for her hand. I swear you're not. They spent the rest of the morning wrapped up in blankets and low conversations, music drifting from Sam's speakers, the tension between them shifting from something fragile to something grounding. But the illusion couldn't last forever. That afternoon, Jordan's cousin posted a series of photos from the wedding reception. One, in particular, went viral in their social circles. Jordan and Sam dancing under the lights, foreheads touching, eyes locked like no one else existed. Lila saw it. Everyone did. Jordan's phone exploded. A message from Zoe. Girl. What did you do? She is losing it. Then a knock on the door. Jordan opened it and almost dropped her phone. Lila. In person. Hair still perfect, makeup immaculate, like she hadn't just stormed into her ex's life uninvited. Can we talk? She asked, voice tense. Now's not a good time, Jordan said, half turning. She's here, isn't she? Lila said.
Sam.
The artist. The one who kisses you like no one else exists. Jordan hesitated. That was enough. Lila pushed inside. I saw the photos, Jordan. Everyone has. And maybe you think you're proving something, but all I see is you pretending again. Sam appeared in the doorway to the kitchen, a towel in her hands, freezing at the sight. Wow, she said. Bold. I'm not here to fight, Lila said, eyes flicking between them. I'm here because I've never seen you look at me the way you looked at her in that photo. And I can't stop wondering what that means. Jordan stepped between them. Lila, this isn't your house. You don't get to walk in and demand answers. Then give them to me, Lila snapped. Was any of us ever real? Or were you always half in love with someone else? Don't twist this, Jordan said, voice rising. You're the one who left. You're the one who called me immature. And now you're what? Lonely? Disappointed that your perfect lawyer girlfriend doesn't light a fire in you. Rebecca is steady, Lila said. She's safe. Safe isn't the same as love. Lila stared at her for a long, breathless moment. What are you saying? I'm saying I deserve to be with someone who wants me now, not after losing me. Someone who never made me feel like a compromise. Sam shifted slightly behind Jordan, silent but solid. Lila's eyes softened. You really feel that way about her? I'm starting to, Jordan said. And that scares me. But I'm not going to apologize for it. Even if this is all moving too fast. It's moving at the pace it's meant to, Jordan said. And I'm tired of timing things to fit someone else's comfort. Lila's shoulders dropped. I didn't know what I was doing when I left. I thought I was choosing stability. But I miss the way you made me feel alive. You don't get to come back just because I finally made peace with losing you, Jordan said. Lila turned to Sam, as if expecting her to gloat. But Sam just looked at her, calm, unshaken. For what it's worth, Sam said, I hope you find someone who lights you up. But it's not her anymore. Lila nodded once, tightly. Then she left. The door closed behind her. Silence. Jordan leaned against the wall, breath unsteady. I feel like I just ran a marathon. Yeah, Sam said, with emotional hurdles and all. Jordan looked at her. You okay? I am now, Sam said, because you chose. Jordan moved toward her. I did. They stood close, too close.
So, Sam said,
do I still get to take you to dinner? Or did we skip 6 stages of dating and land straight in emotional intimacy? Jordan laughed, relieved. Take me to dinner. I want this to be real. I want you to be real.
Good, Sam said.
Because I don't do half measures.
Neither do I, Jordan said.
And when they kissed this time, it wasn't for show, or reassurance, or even closure. It was a beginning. The restaurant Sam chose for their official, first real date wasn't fancy. It didn't have gold cutlery, crystal chandeliers, or a dress code that made Jordan panic about her shoes. But it had string lights in the windows, music that hummed low and intimate, and a corner booth that made it feel like the world shrank just for them. Jordan hadn't felt nervous like this since high school, which was ridiculous. She'd kissed Sam, slept next to Sam, nearly had a breakdown in front of her. And yet tonight, with no audience, no plan, no reason to perform, she felt exposed. You're staring again, Sam said with a smile, sipping her wine. It's kind of becoming your thing. Sorry, Jordan muttered. I'm just still getting used to all of this.
You, us.
Being here and not pretending. Same, Sam admitted, eyes gentle. But I like not pretending. Me too.
Their food arrived.
Jordan picked at her pasta for a second before looking up. Can I ask you something kind of personal? Sam nodded. Always. Why did you say yes? That day Zoe asked if you'd pretend to be my girlfriend. You could have easily said no. You didn't owe me anything. Sam set her fork down. Because you were hurting. And because I've watched you walk into my cafe for months, like you were carrying the weight of a storm. And I thought, maybe if I could give you one night where you didn't feel so alone, it'd be worth it. Even if it wasn't real. But it turned real, Jordan whispered. Sam nodded. Yeah. somewhere between the wedding cake and the kiss. Jordan exhaled, heart pounding. I think I'm falling for you. The silence after that sentence wasn't awkward. It was heavy, electric, breathless. Sam reached across the table, fingers brushing Jordan's. I think I already fell. The rest of the evening was soft, glances that lingered too long, accidental touches that weren't accidents, laughter that made Jordan feel lighter than she'd been in months. But the universe, true to its chaotic nature, didn't give them peace for long. Jordan's phone buzzed just as Sam leaned in to kiss her in the parking lot. She ignored it. Then it buzzed again. And again. Sam pulled back. Everything okay? Jordan sighed, pulling it out. Dozens of notifications. Lila's name flashing in the group chat. A screenshot. A comment. A firestorm. Zoe's voice note came in next. Jordan, you need to see this.
Now.
Jordan's blood ran cold. She opened the link. Someone had leaked a private message, Lila's original text to Jordan about missing her, followed by another screenshot of Jordan's vague response. The implication was clear, that Jordan had been cheating, that Sam was a rebound, that the whole fake dating setup had been manipulative and mean-spirited. Comments poured in. Jordan always was messy. Poor Sam. Classic move, get dumped, fake a glow-up, then go crawling back to the ex. What the hell? Jordan whispered. Sam looked over her shoulder, reading silently. Her face closed up.
Calm.
Cold. Wounded. So she leaked it? It had to be Lila, Jordan said. She's the only one I ever messaged about this. She's trying to control the narrative. And what narrative is that? Sam asked carefully. That you were playing both of us?
No.
No, Sam. You know that's not true. I didn't go back to her. I didn't. But you answered her, Sam said, stepping back. You gave her just enough to spin it. Because I was confused. Because you and I had just kissed and it felt real, and I didn't know what I was allowed to feel yet. You were allowed to feel whatever you needed, Sam said, voice tight. You just weren't supposed to keep me in the dark about it. I'm not hiding anything, Jordan said. You saw everything. I told you about the message. I chose you. But now the world thinks I'm some side character in your drama, Sam said, eyes flashing. And I've spent years building a quiet life, staying out of messes like this.
I'm not built for it, Jordan.
I'm not built for being someone's collateral damage. Jordan stepped forward. You're not collateral. You're the only thing that's made sense through all of this. Sam's voice broke. Then prove it. Stop letting her drag you into her chaos. Set a boundary. Choose. I already chose you. Then tell her.
Publicly.
No more half-truths. No more silence. Jordan nodded, throat tight. That night, she sat in her car, phone trembling in her hand. She opened Instagram.
Typed.
Reread. Then posted. For anyone wondering, I was never with two people. I was hurt. I made mistakes. But the truth is, I've never felt more seen than I do when I'm with Sam. What we have is real. And I won't let anyone rewrite that. The likes came fast. So did the backlash. But also the support. People who saw the photos from the wedding. People who had been in her shoes. People who understood that moving on didn't always look perfect, but it mattered. Sam didn't reply to the post. Not at first. The next morning, Jordan walked into Southside Brew and saw her behind the counter, pretending nothing had changed. But when Sam handed her the coffee, their fingers touched. You meant that post? Sam asked. Jordan nodded. Every word. Sam hesitated, then passed her the cup. The name written on it wasn't just Jordan. It was Jordan, followed by the words, Still want dinner too? Jordan looked up, breath catching. More than anything, Sam smiled, small and real. Then, let's rewrite the story. Just ours this time. Dinner too didn't happen in a trendy restaurant or beneath the glow of fairy lights. It happened on the floor of Sam's studio apartment, with takeout containers between them, paint-splattered drop cloths for a tablecloth, and the low hum of a jazz playlist playing from a speaker shoved under an easel. Jordan wasn't sure when exactly it stopped feeling like damage control and started feeling like something she wanted to protect. All she knew was that when Sam opened the door that night and gave her that small, guarded smile, something inside Jordan unclenched. "I wasn't sure you'd say yes," Jordan admitted between bites of cold sesame noodles. "Neither was I," Sam said, stirring her soup with a chopstick. "But then I remembered that not all second chances are mistakes." Jordan stared at her. "I don't want to mess this up." "Then don't," Sam said simply. "But don't expect me to pretend like it didn't sting." "I don't." Jordan put her container down. "You deserve someone who's all in." "And I am. Or I'm trying to be." Sam leaned back, eyes scanning Jordan's face. "Do you even know what that means yet? Being all in?" Jordan paused. "I think it means not running back to the past just because it's familiar. Not holding back feelings to protect myself. Not treating real people like stand-ins for things I haven't dealt with." Sam nodded slowly. "Okay, good start." Jordan gave her a crooked smile. "Is there going to be a quiz?" "There already is. You're living it." That made Jordan laugh, really laugh, and Sam's eyes soften like they always did when she let her guard down. Later, with her record spinning and the lights low, Jordan found herself tracing the freckles on Sam's arm, letting silence settle between them like something sacred. "You said you weren't built for this," Jordan murmured. "For chaos. For being dragged into drama. I'm sorry I pulled you into mine." Sam shifted closer. "It's not the drama that scares me. It's the part where I care about someone who might still be figuring out how to care back." Jordan looked up sharply. "I care." "Then show me," Sam said. "Not just when it's easy. Not just when you're scared of losing me. Show me when you're tired, when you're uncertain, when Lila texts you in the middle of the night, when you feel like running." "Lila hasn't texted since the post," Jordan said. "She's quiet now. That doesn't mean the storm's over. It means she's recalibrating." Jordan sighed. "She'll try again." "Of course she will." "Then what do I do?" Sam's hand found hers, fingers weaving tight. "You hold the line." The next week passed in slow gradients, coffee dates that turned into aimless walks, studio nights where Sam painted and Jordan read aloud from old poetry books, quiet mornings where they didn't speak at all but understood each other completely. Jordan stopped checking Lila's profile. She stopped flinching every time her phone buzzed. She started learning how to stay. And just when it started to feel safe, Lila broke the silence. The message was short. "I need to see you. Please." Jordan sat with it for an hour, the phone heavy in her palm. Then she showed it to Sam. Sam read it, face unreadable. "What do you want to do?" "I don't know," Jordan admitted. "Part of me wants to delete it and forget it ever happened. But the other part, the old part, wants to hear her out." "Then go," Sam said, voice even. "Just know that when you walk into that conversation, you're not the same person who begged her to stay." "I won't let her pull me back in." "Don't promise me that," Sam said, standing. "Just decide it. For you." Jordan nodded. The next day, she met Lila at the rooftop bar they used to go to during their honeymoon phase, the place with the overpriced sangria and skyline views. The irony wasn't lost on her. Lila arrived exactly on time. Hair perfect, lips painted, eyes searching. "Thank you for coming," she said, sitting across from Jordan. "I won't keep you long." Jordan nodded, silent. "I saw the post," Lila continued. "And I realized you never made one about me. Not once in 2 years." Jordan flinched. "You're right. I used to think that meant you were ashamed. But now I think maybe you were just never sure. Not like you are with her." Jordan met her gaze. "I wasn't ashamed. I was just exhausted. Loving you felt like trying to meet a deadline I didn't understand." Lila swallowed. "I didn't know how to love you properly. I see that now. And I hate that I didn't figure it out until you stopped waiting for me to." "I didn't stop waiting," Jordan said quietly. "I just started walking." Lila leaned forward. "Do you still love me?" Jordan didn't look away. "I think I'll always love the version of you I believed in. The one I thought would choose me when it really mattered. But that version never showed up." Silence stretched between them, heavy with everything unsaid. I'm happy for you, Lila said finally. I don't like her, but I see the way she looks at you. And I know I never looked at you like that. Jordan blinked. Thank you. And I'm sorry, Lila added. For all of it. Jordan nodded once, then stood. Take care of yourself, Lila. She left without waiting for a reply. The sun had started to set, casting gold across the city skyline. Jordan pulled out her phone and typed 2 words to Sam. I'm done. Sam replied instantly. Then come home. Home. Not a place. Not an address. Just a girl with paint on her jeans and too much love in her eyes. When Jordan walked into Sam's apartment an hour later, she didn't hesitate. She crossed the room, cupped Sam's face, and kissed her like an answer. I chose you, she whispered. Again. Always. Sam wrapped her arms around her waist. Then prove it. Stay. Sam's hands were covered in indigo paint when Jordan walked in, but she didn't care. She dropped the brush, crossed the room in 3 strides, and kissed Jordan like she'd been holding her breath since the last time. Jordan melted into it, hands tangling in the soft cotton of Sam's shirt, lips parting with a need she didn't know she was ready to name. When they finally pulled back, both breathless, Sam rested her forehead against Jordan's. Tell me you're staying this time. I'm staying, Jordan whispered. No more ghosts. No more apologies. Just us. They spent the night tangled in sheets and sighs, fingers mapping each other like truths. There was nothing rushed about it. No agenda. Just the quiet, aching miracle of 2 people deciding, again and again, not to run. In the morning, Jordan woke up to the smell of coffee and the soft buzz of Sam's record player humming some smoky 70s soul track. She padded into the kitchen, still barefoot, still wearing Sam's shirt, and found her pouring 2 mugs, sunlight catching the red in her hair. So this is what peace looks like, Jordan said. Sam smiled. You always say that like you've never seen it before. Maybe I haven't. Then get used to it. They spent the morning wrapped in that comfort, their legs tangled on the couch, heads resting against each other in easy silence. But peace never lasted long in Jordan's world. Her phone buzzed with a message from Zoe. Heads up. Rebecca messaged me. And not in a friendly way. Jordan frowned. Why the hell is she talking to you? Because Lila told her everything.
About you.
About the wedding. About Sam. Jordan's stomach twisted. Is she mad?
No. Worse.
She's humiliated. And I think she's coming for you. Crap, Jordan muttered, rubbing her eyes. Sam looked over. Lila. Rebecca.
She sighed.
Apparently she knows now. Everything. Well, we didn't exactly sign a non-disclosure agreement. Yeah, but now it's messy. Wasn't it always? Jordan stared down at her phone, unsure what to say. She didn't owe Rebecca anything, but part of her still felt guilty. She hadn't lied, not really. But she hadn't been clean either. And people were starting to talk. The next day, Jordan was tagged in a viral tweet. A blurry photo from the wedding. The caption, from fake to real? When messy lesbians bring dates to hurt their ex and accidentally fall in love instead. It had over 30,000 likes. Her DMs were full of memes. Some funny, some cruel, some questioning everything about her and Sam. She didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or delete the internet. Sam found her curled up on the couch, phone in hand, expression unreadable. Hey, she said gently. You okay? I'm a joke now, Jordan whispered. Everyone thinks I used you. That you were part of some twisted performance art piece called How to Humiliate Your Ex in 3 Easy Steps. Let them think whatever they want, Sam said, sitting beside her. We know what this is. Do we? Jordan turned to her. Because I don't know how to protect you from this. I don't know how to keep you from getting hurt when people twist everything we are into some gossip punchline. You don't need to protect me, Jordan. Sam's voice was steady. You just need to stand beside me. No running. No hiding. No more shame. Jordan's throat tightened. I'm not scared of loving you. I'm scared of meeting you. Of not knowing how to live if you leave. Sam reached for her face, thumb brushing her cheekbone. Then don't leave. Don't pull away when it gets loud. We've already been through the fire, Jordan. What's a little smoke? I've never needed someone this much, Jordan whispered. That's not weakness, Sam said. That's the point. They kissed, slow and grounding. And for a while, the world went quiet again. But of course, not for long. 2 days later, Jordan walked into her apartment to find Lila sitting on her front steps, sunglasses in her hand, mascara smudged. Don't panic, she said before Jordan could even speak. I'm not here to win you back. Then why are you here? Jordan asked. Because Rebecca left me. Silence. She said I never stopped looking over my shoulder, that I couldn't be present with her because I was too obsessed with what I lost. You didn't lose me, Jordan said. You gave me away. Lila looked up. I know. And I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm not even asking for a second chance. I think I needed to see you one more time to let go. Jordan nodded slowly. And you're different now. Lila stood. You're braver.
Softer.
Like someone finally told you it was okay to stop surviving and start living. She did, Jordan said. Her name is Sam. Lila smiled, bittersweet. Then tell her thank you for showing me what I never could. She left without another word. Jordan didn't cry. She didn't freeze. She just walked inside, closed the door, and picked up her phone. Me you home? Sam, always. When she arrived, Sam had paint on her hands again, but this time Jordan didn't wait. She wrapped her arms around her from behind, burying her face in her neck. I want everything, she whispered. Even the scary parts. Especially the scary parts. Sam turned slowly. Then stay. Build something with me. Not in reaction to what hurt you, but because of what you want. Jordan looked at her. I want this. I want you. I don't care what people say. I don't care how messy it looks from the outside. Sam kissed her.
Good.
Because I'm not interested in being your escape. I want to be your choice. You are, Jordan said, voice shaking. Every damn day. Jordan had never believed in peace that lasted. She grew up expecting the floor to fall out eventually, for silence to always mean a storm was building somewhere just off stage. But with Sam, peace wasn't silent, it breathed.
It laughed.
It flirted. It fought back. 3 weeks after the viral tweet, things had finally begun to quiet. The internet had moved on to a new scandal. Zoe had stopped texting hourly with crisis updates. Even Lila, true to her word, had stayed away. Jordan spent more nights at Sam's than at her own apartment. She left a toothbrush there, then a pair of socks. Then one of her favorite hoodies mysteriously migrated to Sam's dresser. She wasn't even sure when it stopped being, I'm sleeping over, and started becoming, I live here now, don't I? Sam didn't comment on the slow invasion. She just made room. One drawer at a time. One morning, Jordan watched Sam paint while sipping her coffee, the light falling through the window catching her cheekbones. She looked effortless.
Steady. Real.
What? Sam asked without looking up. You're staring again. I think I'm in love with you, Jordan said. Sam froze. The brush in her hand hovered mid-stroke. She turned slowly, eyes wide, as if she hadn't expected the words to land so casually between coffee and canvas. What? I mean it, Jordan said, setting her cup down. I didn't plan to say it. It just happened. Like everything else with you. Sam blinked, a smile teasing the corner of her lips. Say it again. Jordan stepped closer. I'm in love with you. Sam dropped the brush. Walked to her. You're not just saying this because the drama's over? I'm saying it because I finally feel safe enough to mean it. Sam exhaled like she'd been holding her breath since the day they met. I love you too. And just like that, the words stopped being scary. They became an anchor. Something to build on. Something to fight for. But peace never came without tests. That weekend, Zoe hosted a small party at her place, just a few close friends, music, wine, bad dancing. Sam came with Jordan, and everyone noticed the shift between them. The way they looked at each other. The way they touched without overthinking it. It was real now, and people could feel it. Halfway through the night, while Jordan was getting drinks in the kitchen, Zoe pulled her aside. "You're glowing," she whispered. "It's disgusting." Jordan laughed. "Shut up. Seriously. I've never seen you this calm. I mean, you're still dramatic and chaotic and emotionally repressed half the time, but you're happy." "I am," Jordan said. "It's weird. It's good. But also, brace yourself." Jordan frowned. "Why?" Zoe gave her a look. "Because there's a rumor going around that Lila's trying to get a podcast interview about the story behind the wedding photos." Jordan stared at her. "You're kidding." "I wish I were." "Who told you?" "Rebecca," Zoe said. Apparently she was approached too. She declined. "But Lila's not saying no." Jordan felt her stomach knot. "She wants to reclaim the narrative." "She wants the last word," Zoe said. "But people moved on. Don't let her drag you back into the circus." Jordan nodded. But later that night, when she was in Sam's arms and the apartment was quiet, the worry crept back in. What if she does it? Jordan whispered against Sam's shoulder. What if she goes public and twists everything again? Sam ran her fingers gently through Jordan's hair. "Let her." "What?" "Let her talk," Sam said. "You've already told your truth. You didn't wait for permission or a platform. You just lived it. That's louder than anything she could say into a mic." "You're not worried?" "I was," Sam said. "But then I realized something. People believe what they want to believe. The rest? They feel it. And anyone who sees us together knows this isn't some manufactured rebound. This is real." "How can you be so sure?" Sam smiled. "Because I've never had to doubt your feelings when you're looking at me. Because you chose me before it was convenient. And because you wake up next to me and never apologize for it." Jordan stared at her. "How are you always the calm one?" "I'm not. I just decided you're worth the chaos." Jordan kissed her then, soft and slow and sacred, like a promise. A few days later, Jordan got an email from a journalist. "We've heard you were involved in a complicated situation with your ex and her recent breakup. We'd love to get your perspective on the story everyone's curious about." She didn't even finish reading it. She forwarded it to trash. Then she picked up her phone and opened her notes app. For the first time in months, she started to write. Not for the public. Not for a caption. Not to prove anything. Just to remember. She wrote about the moment she first saw Sam at the coffee shop, laughing with a coworker and drawing cartoons on the back of receipts. She wrote about the wedding.
About the kiss.
About the night Sam told her, "Don't pretend with me." She wrote until her fingers ached, until her chest loosened. Sam came home later that night, tired from teaching in art class, and found Jordan sitting on the floor surrounded by pages. "What's all this?" "A mess," Jordan said. "But it's ours." Sam sat beside her, picked up one of the pages. "Read a few lines. You should publish this someday." "Maybe," Jordan said. "But even if I don't, it's real. And it's not for them." Sam looked at her, eyes soft. "You know what you are to me?" "What?" "You're not a chapter. You're the whole damn book." Jordan leaned in, kissed her slow. "Then write it with me." And in the quiet that followed, neither of them had to say it. They were already doing just that. Jordan had never believed in peace that lasted. She grew up expecting the floor to fall out eventually, for silence to always mean a storm was building somewhere just off stage. But with Sam, peace wasn't silent. It breathed. It laughed. It flirted. It fought back. 3 weeks after the viral tweet, things had finally begun to quiet. The internet had moved on to a new scandal. Zoe had stopped texting hourly with crisis updates. Even Lila, true to her word, had stayed away. Jordan spent more nights at Sam's than at her own apartment. She left a toothbrush there, then a pair of socks. Then one of her favorite hoodies mysteriously migrated to Sam's dresser. She wasn't even sure when it stopped being, "I'm sleeping over," and started becoming, "I live here now, don't I?" Sam didn't comment on the slow invasion. She just made room. One drawer at a time. One morning, Jordan watched Sam paint while sipping her coffee, the light falling through the window catching her cheekbones. She looked effortless.
Steady. Real.
What? Sam asked without looking up. You're staring again. I think I'm in love with you, Jordan said. Sam froze. The brush in her hand hovered mid-stroke. She turned slowly, eyes wide, as if she hadn't expected the words to land so casually between coffee and canvas. What? I mean it, Jordan said, setting her cup down. I didn't plan to say it. It just happened, like everything else with you. Sam blinked, a smile teasing the corner of her lips. Say it again. Jordan stepped closer. I'm in love with you. Sam dropped the brush, walked to her. You're not just saying this because the drama's over? I'm saying it because I finally feel safe enough to mean it. Sam exhaled like she'd been holding her breath since the day they met. I love you too. And just like that, the words stopped being scary. They became an anchor, something to build on, something to fight for. But peace never came without tests. That weekend, Zoe hosted a small party at her place, just a few close friends, music, wine, bad dancing. Sam came with Jordan, and everyone noticed the shift between them. The way they looked at each other, the way they touched without overthinking it. It was real now, and people could feel it. Halfway through the night, while Jordan was getting drinks in the kitchen, Zoe pulled her aside. You're glowing, she whispered. It's disgusting. Jordan laughed. Shut up. Seriously.
I've never seen you this calm.
I mean, you're still dramatic and chaotic and emotionally repressed half the time, but you're happy. I am, Jordan said. It's weird. It's good. But also, brace yourself. Jordan frowned. Why? Zoe gave her a look. Because there's a rumor going around that Lila's trying to get a podcast interview about the story behind the wedding photos. Jordan stared at her. You're kidding. I wish I were. Who told you? Rebecca, Zoe said. Apparently she was approached too. She declined. But Lila's not saying no. Jordan felt her stomach knot. She wants to reclaim the narrative. She wants the last word, Zoe said. But people moved on. Don't let her drag you back into the circus. Jordan nodded. But later that night, when she was in Sam's arms and the apartment was quiet, the worry crept back in. What if she does it? Jordan whispered against Sam's shoulder. What if she goes public and twists everything again? Sam ran her fingers gently through Jordan's hair. Let her. What? Let her talk, Sam said. You've already told your truth. You didn't wait for permission or a platform. You just lived it. That's louder than anything she could say into a mic. You're not worried? I was, Sam said. But then I realized something. People believe what they want to believe. The rest? They feel it. And anyone who sees us together knows this isn't some manufactured rebound. This is real. How can you be so sure? Sam smiled. Because I've never had to doubt your feelings when you're looking at me. Because you chose me before it was convenient. And because you wake up next to me and never apologize for it. Jordan stared at her. How are you always the calm one? I'm not. I just decided you're worth the chaos. Jordan kissed her then, soft and slow and sacred, like a promise. A few days later, Jordan got an email from a journalist. We've heard you were involved in a complicated situation with your ex and her recent breakup. We'd love to get your perspective on the story everyone's curious about. She didn't even finish reading it. She forwarded it to trash. Then she picked up her phone and opened her notes app. For the first time in months, she started to write. Not for the public. Not for a caption. Not to prove anything. Just to remember. She wrote about the moment she first saw Sam at the coffee shop, laughing with a coworker and drawing cartoons on the back of receipts. She wrote about the wedding.
About the kiss.
About the night Sam told her, "Don't pretend with me." She wrote until her fingers ached, until her chest loosened. Sam came home later that night, tired from teaching in our class, and found Jordan sitting on the floor surrounded by pages. What's all this? A mess, Jordan said. But it's ours. Sam sat beside her, picked up one of the pages. Read a few lines. You should publish this someday. Maybe, Jordan said. But even if I don't, it's real. And it's not for them. Sam looked at her, eyes soft. You know what you are to me? What? You're not a chapter. You're the whole damn book. Jordan leaned in, kissed her slow. Then write it with me. And in the quiet that followed, neither of them had to say it. They were already doing just that. The night air was warm against Jordan's skin as she stood barefoot on Sam's fire escape, a blanket wrapped around her shoulders, city lights blinking in the distance like 1,000 little stories happening all at once. She wasn't thinking about Lila anymore. Not about Rebecca, or Zoe's endless warnings, or the podcast's slow burn through her social circles.
She was thinking about Sam.
Inside, she could hear her girlfriend moving around the apartment, cleaning brushes, humming off-key, occasionally cursing at a canvas like it had personally offended her. It was domestic, unglamorous, messy. And it was everything Jordan didn't know she wanted until now. When the sliding door creaked open behind her, Jordan didn't turn. She knew it was Sam by the way the air shifted, the way her presence warmed a space without needing to say a word. You hiding from me? Sam asked softly.
No.
Just breathing. Sam stepped up behind her and wrapped her arms around Jordan's waist, pulling her back gently. Want company? Always. They stood like that for a long time. Jordan leaned into her, heart beating steadily, fingers clasped over Sam's. You ever think about how fast this all happened? She asked. Every day, Sam replied. You regret it?
Never.
But sometimes I wonder if I'm dreaming. Jordan smiled. If you are, I hope you don't wake up. Sam kissed her shoulder. You've been quieter lately.
Not anxious quiet.
Reflective quiet. What's going on in that head of yours? Jordan hesitated. I've never let anyone see this version of me. The one who stays still. The one who doesn't make everything a joke or a performance. I like this version, Sam said.
She's honest.
A little clumsy. Kinda hot. Jordan laughed, burying her face in Sam's neck. God, I love you. I know, Sam whispered. I love you too. When they went back inside, Jordan noticed something new, her favorite book on the nightstand, a hook by the door for her keys, her old band tee folded neatly on top of Sam's laundry pile. It wasn't an accident. Sam wasn't just making room for her physically. She was making a place for her in the rhythm of her life. I have something for you, Jordan said suddenly, disappearing into the bedroom. She returned holding a worn black journal, its spine cracked, pages messy with ink. I started writing again. Really writing. Not captions. Not crisis posts. Actual thoughts.
About you.
About us. About who I was before I met you, and who I'm becoming now. Sam took the journal like it was a fragile artifact. You want me to read this? I want you to keep it. Sam looked up, eyes soft. That's a lot of trust. You earned it. She flipped to a page in the middle and read aloud. I used to think love was something you had to earn by being easy to love. But now I think maybe the real kind is the one that sees you when you're hardest to hold, and stays anyway. Sam looked up slowly. You wrote that about me? Who else would I be talking about? Jordan said. Sam set the journal down gently and pulled her into a kiss that felt more like a vow than anything they'd ever said out loud. The next few days unfolded quietly. They painted together, cooked terrible pasta, fell asleep on the couch during a documentary. It felt like a life being built, one imperfect moment at a time. Then came the call. Jordan's mother. She hadn't heard from her in months. Their relationship was complicated. Her mother had never been cruel, just distant.
Vague.
Politely uninterested. Jordan had spent most of her life trying not to notice the absence. But now she had someone who saw her, and suddenly the gap felt unbearable. She wants to see me, Jordan said that night, curled up beside Sam. She says she's been reading the things I've posted, that she wants to talk. Catch up. That's a good thing, right? Sam asked gently. I don't know, Jordan said. It feels risky. You don't have to say yes just because she asked. You can protect your peace. But maybe this version of me, the one you helped me become, can handle it now. Then I'll be right here, no matter how it goes. Jordan smiled, then hesitated. Will you come with me? Sam blinked. To meet your mom? If it gets weird, I'll need someone to kick me under the table. Sam laughed. I'll bring steel-toed boots. The meeting happened 2 days later at a neutral cafe downtown. Jordan was buzzing with nerves the entire ride there, but Sam's hand in hers grounded her. Her mother arrived late, of course. She looked older, smaller somehow, as if time had taken something invisible from her. They exchanged pleasantries, commented on the weather. Sam sat quietly, letting Jordan lead. So, I've seen the things you've posted, her mother said eventually, her tone unreadable. About this girl. About what happened. Her name is Sam, Jordan said. And she's not a story. She's my life. Her mother blinked. You sound different. Stronger. I am. Her mother looked at Sam. You make her happy? Yes, ma'am, Sam said, without flinching. And you? I love her, Sam said, voice steady. Not in the performative, dramatic way she used to chase, but in the kind that wakes up every day and chooses her, no matter how messy it gets. Jordan felt tears prick the edges of her eyes. Her mother didn't smile, but she nodded. Then I guess I'm glad you're here. It wasn't a fairy tale ending, but it was something. And on the walk home, hand in hand, Jordan whispered, You're the first person I've ever let stay. Sam squeezed her hand. Then I'm never leaving. It was raining the night Sam had her first panic attack in front of Jordan. Not a cinematic storm with thunder and lightning, just a quiet, relentless drizzle that soaked through clothes and mood alike. They were on their way back from dinner, laughing about something Zoe had said earlier, when Sam's step slowed. She stopped walking altogether, eyes fixed on nothing, breathing sharp and shallow. Sam? Jordan asked, stepping in front of her.
Hey.
What's wrong? Sam didn't answer. Her shoulders tightened, her jaw locked, and her hands began to shake. Hey, Jordan said again, softer now. You with me? I can't, Sam whispered, clutching at her chest like the air had disappeared. Can't breathe. Jordan didn't hesitate. She dropped the umbrella and cupped Sam's face in both hands, bringing their foreheads together. You're okay. I've got you. Just stay with me, all right? You're not alone. Sam trembled, her fingers digging into Jordan's jacket, like she was anchoring herself to the only thing still solid. You're okay, Jordan repeated, voice steady even though her heart was breaking. You're right here with me. You're safe. It took a while, long, aching minutes in the rain, surrounded by strangers who pretended not to notice, but eventually, Sam's breathing slowed. Her grip loosened. Her eyes focused. And the first words she spoke were, I'm sorry. Jordan exhaled.
No.
Don't do that. Don't apologize for being human. Sam looked down, soaked to the bone. You're not supposed to see that. I didn't want you to. Too bad, Jordan said gently. I want all of you, even the parts you try to hide. You don't get it, Sam said, her voice tight. I've always been the one holding everything together. I can't fall apart in front of someone I love. Yes, you can, Jordan said. That's exactly who you should fall apart in front of. It's ugly, Sam whispered. It's real, Jordan said. And I'm not going anywhere. They went home in silence, hands clasped tight. Jordan ran a hot bath, pulled Sam into it fully clothed, and held her while the water softened everything sharp inside them. That night, they didn't make love. They didn't talk about the future. They just held each other, limbs tangled, breathing synced, hearts unguarded. In the morning, Sam didn't pretend it hadn't happened. She didn't deflect with sarcasm or brush it off. She looked at Jordan across the breakfast table and said, I need to start therapy again. Jordan smiled. That's good. I've been avoiding it, telling myself I was fine. That loving you meant I had to be stable for both of us. That's not how this works, Jordan said. You don't have to carry everything. We can share the weight. Sam reached across the table and took her hand. You scare me, she said softly. You see things in me I've never let anyone see. And I love all of them, Jordan replied. Even the messy ones? Especially those. That week marked a shift. Their connection deepened, not through grand gestures, but through presence. Jordan stopped pretending She didn't flinch when her mother called. Sam stopped pretending she wasn't terrified of losing people.
They talked.
They stayed up too late. They cried once, together. And it wasn't tragic, it was cleansing. But the world, as always, wasn't done testing them. It started small, a direct message to Jordan from an anonymous account. Does she know about the painting? About the girl before you? Jordan stared at the screen. Sam had never talked much about her past relationships. She'd mentioned a few exes in passing, never lingering. And Jordan had respected that. But now something itched beneath her skin. She didn't bring it up that night, or the next. But the message stayed unspoken between them, until Sam found Jordan in the middle of the night, scrolling her phone, eyes dark. "What's wrong?" Sam asked. "Someone sent me a message," Jordan said slowly.
About you.
"About a painting." Sam's face shifted. Not guilty, guarded. "Which one?" "I don't know." I didn't respond. I didn't even look into it. But it's bothering me that I didn't ask. That I'm scared to. Sam sat beside her on the edge of the bed. It was from a few years ago. Her name was Elsie. She was chaotic. I painted her once. The piece sold fast, and the gallery posted it online. It went viral for a minute. People called it a portrait of obsession. "Were you obsessed?" Jordan asked.
No, Sam said.
I was scared. She was toxic. Manipulative. She made me feel like I was only worth the version of me I could perform. Jordan swallowed. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I didn't want you to see me as broken. I've tried so hard to be the person you could count on." "Sam," Jordan said, voice shaking. "I don't want perfect.
I want you.
All of it. Especially the parts you think I won't love." Sam looked at her for a long time. "You really mean that?" "I do." Sam exhaled. "Okay. Then there's something else." She stood, walked to her closet, and pulled out a wrapped canvas. When she removed the cloth, Jordan's breath caught. It was her. Not a literal portrait, but a swirl of color and chaos and stillness. Sunlight through windows, messy sheets, 2 coffee mugs side by side. "I started this the night after our second date," Sam said. "It's not done. I keep adding layers. I don't think I'll ever stop." Jordan stepped closer, eyes wide. "You painted me?" "I painted what it feels like to love you." Jordan turned to her, stunned. "Why didn't you show me this before?" "Because I was afraid I didn't deserve you yet." Jordan touched her cheek, eyes shining. "You don't have to deserve love to receive it, Sam. You just have to let it stay." Sam nodded slowly. "Then stay with me. Even when it's hard. Even when it's loud." "I will," Jordan said. "Because you stayed through mine." The gallery was small, tucked between a dusty bookstore and a flower shop that always smelled like overwatered roses. Sam's latest exhibition wasn't meant to be a big deal, just a community showcase, one of those emerging artist events where local creatives pinned their hearts to the walls and hoped someone would notice. Jordan noticed. From the moment she stepped inside, hand linked with Sam's, she felt like she was walking into someone's soul. Paintings lined the walls in soft gradients and violent brushstrokes. Emotion in color. Memory in form. All of it raw and electric. But nothing hit her like the one near the back. Their painting. The one Sam had shown her. Except now it was different. Finished. Still chaotic, still tender, but with light layered over shadow, warmth bleeding through cracks. The caption read, "Built from the quiet wreckage of something real." Jordan's throat tightened. She didn't say anything.
She didn't have to.
Sam squeezed her hand, and they kept walking. Later, after the last guests left and the champagne bottles stood empty on folding tables, Jordan found Sam sitting cross-legged on the gallery floor, barefoot, eyes on the ceiling. "You okay?" Jordan asked, sliding down beside her. "I feel like I just stood naked in front of 100 strangers," Sam said.
"But yeah."
"I'm okay. You were incredible tonight." Sam tilted her head toward her. "You're just saying that because you're sleeping with the artist." Jordan grinned.
"Exactly.
"And I have very high standards." Sam laughed, leaning her head on Jordan's shoulder. I used to think vulnerability was weakness. Now I think it's the only way to make something that actually matters. You don't just make art, Sam. You are art. Wow, Sam said, smirking. That's either romantic or obnoxiously poetic. Both, Jordan replied. Get used to it. The moment stretched, quiet, charged, safe. But something in Sam shifted. Her fingers curled slightly into Jordan's sleeve. Can I tell you something I've never said out loud? Of course. I used to self-sabotage every time things got good. Like clockwork. The second someone got close, I'd find a way to push them out. And then I'd cry about being alone, like it wasn't my fault. Jordan looked at her gently. What changed? You didn't run, Sam whispered. Even when it got hard. Even when I told you all the worst parts of me, you stayed. Because I want the whole picture, Jordan said. Not just the pretty version. Sam turned to her. I keep waiting for you to leave, and you keep choosing to stay. Then stop waiting, Jordan said. This is the part where you believe it's real. Sam closed her eyes. I'm trying. You don't have to try alone. The next morning, they got coffee from the place where they first met. Sam didn't work there anymore, hadn't in months, but they still knew her name. The barista smiled knowingly when she handed over Jordan's cup. Still oat milk. Still regretting dairy. Jordan replied with a wink. They sat by the window in silence for a while, legs brushing under the table. Then Jordan said, Do you ever think about what would have happened if we hadn't gone to that wedding? Sam smiled. You mean the wedding where you pretended I was your girlfriend to make your ex jealous? Minor detail. Jordan, you quite literally weaponized my body. Jordan laughed. And you quite literally kissed me like it was your job. I should have charged you for emotional labor. I paid you in tiramisu and trauma bonding. Fair trade. They laughed again. But behind it, something softer settled between them. Seriously, Jordan said. What if we never met? Or if I'd chickened out? What if Zoe hadn't pushed? Then I would have kept making your coffee and watching you pretend not to be falling apart. And you? Jordan asked. Would you have done anything? Eventually, Sam said. One day I would have drawn your face without meaning to, and that would have ruined everything. You already did. I know. That night, they lay on the couch, a blanket tangled around them, an old movie playing in the background. Jordan traced lazy circles on Sam's forearm. I've been thinking about something, she said. Dangerous sentence, Sam murmured. I'm serious. I want to move in together. Sam blinked. You already practically live here. No more half suitcases. No more toothbrushes in your drawer. I mean officially. Together. Sam sat up slowly. Are you sure? I've never been more sure of anything. What about your place? I'll sublet it. Or sell it. Or burn it down, I don't care. My life is with you now. Sam was quiet for a long moment. Then she smiled. Okay. Move in. Take all the drawers. Bring your weird mugs and your tragic playlist. This is your home now. Jordan leaned in, kissed her deep and slow. And you're mine. They didn't sleep much that night. Not because they were tangled in sheets or lost in kisses, though that came too, but because they were laughing at paint-stained stories, rearranging shelves, moving books, rewriting old plans. And somewhere between the third box and the fourth cup of tea, Sam whispered, You turned a fake relationship into the safest place I've ever known. Jordan looked at her, chest aching with love. It was never fake. Not where it mattered. They didn't expect the letter. No one sends letters anymore. But there it was, an off-white envelope slipped under the door, addressed to Jordan in handwriting she recognized instantly. Not Lila's. Not her mother's. Elsie. Sam's ex. The one from the painting. Jordan stared at the name for a long time, her pulse quickening like old ghosts had decided to crawl out of the walls just when she thought she'd sealed them in for good. She waited until Sam got home from work to open it. They sat together on the edge of the bed, the letter resting like a loaded gun between them. Are you okay if I read it? Jordan asked. Sam nodded once, jaw tight. I have no idea what she could possibly want. Jordan unfolded the page. I'm writing because I heard about the show. About you. About her. Don't worry, I'm not here to start anything. I just wanted to say I see it now. The way you paint her. The way you talk about her when you think no one's listening. I was never that. You tried to love me, and I punished you for it. I tried to own you when you just wanted to belong. I was cruel. I needed you broken because that's the only version of love I knew how to recognize. I hope you don't need to forgive me. I just needed to say it. To set you free, in case you were still carrying any part of what I did to you. She looks like she sees you. Really sees you. That's all I ever wanted someone to do for you. I just couldn't be the one to do it. Jordan read the letter twice, then lowered it slowly. Sam was silent, eyes fixed on the floor. You okay? Jordan asked. Sam let out a breath that trembled at the end. I think I actually am. You believe her? Doesn't matter, Sam said. It's not about her. It's about the part of me that still believed I was hard to love. I think she just let go of it for me. Jordan leaned in. You are the easiest person I've ever loved. And the scariest. Because you're real. Because you matter. Because this matters. Sam turned to her, voice quiet. Do you ever get afraid that all of this is too good to last? Every single day, Jordan said. And I've made peace with that fear. Because if I'm scared, it means it's worth something. God, Sam whispered. I love you so much it hurts. Good, Jordan smiled. Then we're both screwed. They kissed, soft, slow, reverent. Like the kind of kiss you give someone who just peeled a layer of you open and didn't flinch. Over the next few weeks, they started building a new rhythm. Jordan officially moved in. They hosted a small housewarming party where Zoe got drunk on 2 glasses of wine and told everyone how she was the reason the greatest lesbian love story of the decade even happened. You're welcome, she slurred, gesturing between Jordan and Sam like a proud parent. I'm basically a queer Cupid. Sam whispered to Jordan. Do we tell her we were already flirting before she interfered? Never, Jordan grinned. Let her have her fantasy. The next day, Jordan submitted her first piece for publication.
Not a blog post.
Not a trending essay. A personal story titled Fake Girlfriends, Real Love, and the Art of Staying. It was picked up by a queer online magazine, and within hours of being published, it exploded. Hundreds of comments. Messages. People thanking her for articulating something they'd lived, but never been able to name. Sam read it 3 times. She didn't say much after the first time, just looked at Jordan like she was made of stars and said, You wrote us down, and you got it right. But not everyone was happy. That night, Lila texted Jordan again. So this is who you are now? Turning our mess into content? Jordan stared at the screen. Sam saw her go still and walked over. Lila. Jordan nodded. She's angry. Says I turned our story into something performative. Sam hesitated. Is she wrong? Jordan looked up.
No.
Not if she thinks the version where I begged for her love and broke quietly when I didn't get it. But this story? This one is mine. And it's not about her anymore. Then you don't owe her a response. I know. And for the first time, she didn't reply. Instead, she shut off her phone, walked into the studio, and pulled Sam into a kiss that left no room for doubt. They stood there, wrapped in each other, long after the sun had gone down. You know what I realized today? Jordan murmured, lips against Sam's jaw. What? We never defined anything. Titles. Labels. We just are. Sam smirked. You trying to make this Facebook official, Rivers? Jordan laughed.
No.
I'm saying we made something better than labels. We made a choice. Over and over. And I want to keep making it. Out loud. Sam's expression shifted, eyes searching hers. What are you saying? I'm saying, Jordan breathed, that I want to be yours.
Fully. Publicly.
Permanently. Sam blinked. Are you asking me to move in again? No, Jordan said, heart hammering. I'm asking you to build a life with me. On purpose. Not by accident. Not because it's easy. Because it's us. Sam stepped back, stunned. Jordan, I'm not proposing.
Yet.
I just want to say it. I want the word forever to scare us both, and I still want to choose it anyway. Sam didn't speak. She just kissed her, deep and certain. When they broke apart, Sam whispered, "Loving you isn't a risk. It's a revolution." Jordan smiled. Then let's rewrite everything. They didn't plan the trip. It started as a joke, something Jordan mumbled one morning while brushing her teeth with Sam's electric toothbrush because she forgot to buy a new one again. We should just disappear for a few days. Go somewhere no one knows our names. Sam, still half asleep and sprawled under the blanket, yawned and replied, "Say the word, and I'll pack a bag." And she did. 48 hours later, they were in a borrowed cabin 3 hours upstate, surrounded by pine trees and silence. No cell signal, no news alerts, no ex-girlfriends trying to rewrite history in the group chat. Just them. Jordan stood by the lake the first morning, sweater sleeves over her hands, breath fogging the air. Sam came up behind her, wrapped her arms around her waist, and kissed the back of her neck. "You always look like you're trying to win a staring contest with the horizon," Sam whispered. "I always lose," Jordan murmured. "But I keep trying." They spend the day hiking, eating terrible instant noodles, slow dancing in wool socks on the creaky cabin floor. At night, curled up in front of the fireplace with wine and a blanket wrapped around both their bodies, Jordan said, "I didn't think it would ever feel this quiet inside me." "Quiet good or quiet scary?" Sam asked. "Good," Jordan said. "Like peaceful. Like for the first time I'm not waiting for the floor to give out." Sam touched her cheek. "That's because you're standing somewhere solid now." Jordan leaned into the touch, eyes closing. "I want to stay here forever." "In this cabin?"
No.
"In this feeling." Sam pulled her closer. "Then don't run from it." "I'm not. Not anymore. But sometimes, even now, I still get this flash of doubt. Like, maybe you'll wake up and realize I'm too much. Or not enough." "You're exactly right," Sam said softly. "Exactly the right kind of much. Exactly enough in all the places that matter." Jordan blinked away tears. "You always say the thing I need before I even ask." "That's because I listen. And I see you, Jordan. Not the version you perform. The one underneath it all. I used to think that version didn't deserve love. That version is love." They didn't speak after that. They just let the quiet wrap around them again, heavier this time, full of emotion that didn't need language. The next morning, Jordan woke up to an empty bed and a trail of pine needles leading outside the cabin. Still wrapped in a blanket, she followed them barefoot into the morning chill and found Sam at the edge of the lake, holding something in her hands. A sketch pad. Jordan stepped closer. "What are you drawing?" Sam tilted the page toward her. It was an outline, rough, unfinished, but unmistakably Jordan. Sitting cross-legged by the fire the night before, her head tilted in mid-laugh, hair a wild halo of curls. "That's me," Jordan whispered. "It's how I see you when you're not trying so hard." Jordan took a step back, overwhelmed. "Why do you always do that?" "Do what?" "Make me feel like I'm someone worth being art. Because you are." Jordan stared at her, heart pounding. "This trip, it feels like the end of something."
"It's the start," Sam said.
"Of the next version of us." That night, they lit candles, made dinner in silence, and curled into each other in bed like they were returning to a place they'd always belonged. And sometime after midnight, Jordan whispered into Sam's collarbone, "Ask me anything." "Anything?"
"Yeah."
Sam was quiet for a long time. Then, softly, "Are you still scared of forever?" Jordan's eyes stung.
"Yes."
"But I want it anyway." "With me?" "Only with you." Sam shifted, kissed her cheek, her neck, her mouth. "Then let's stop waiting for life to prove something to us. Let's choose it ourselves." "What are you saying?" Jordan asked, breathless. "I'm saying," Sam said slowly, "that maybe someday I'll ask a question. And I hope your answer will still be yes." "If it's you," Jordan whispered, "my answer's already yes." Sam pulled her close, tangled their legs together, and murmured, "If this is love, then let me keep drowning in it."
Together, Jordan said.
Always. They didn't talk about rings.
Not yet.
But they knew. In every glance, every touch, every breath, something unshakable had been born from all the chaos. And now it was blooming. The apartment smelled like fresh paint and new beginnings. Jordan stood barefoot in the middle of the living room, a chipped mug in one hand, hair in a messy bun, wearing one of Sam's oversized shirts that now smelled like her. Around her, boxes half unpacked, canvases leaned against walls, sketch pads and notebooks scattered like breadcrumbs of a life slowly, intentionally shared. Sam came in from the bedroom, dragging a basket of laundry and humming some 90s ballad off-key. Jordan turned and watched her. Just watched. The rise and fall of her shoulders. The way her eyes squinted when she tried to fold the fitted sheets. The small smile that tugged at her lips when she realized she was being observed. "What?" Sam asked, setting the basket down. "You're staring like I've grown a second head." "You haven't," Jordan said. "You've just become home." Sam froze for a second, then crossed the room slowly. "Say that again." Jordan set down the mug and slipped her arms around Sam's waist.
"You are
home." Sam didn't speak, just pressed their foreheads together and whispered, "Then never leave." "I wasn't planning to." They kissed, slow and sure, like it wasn't a question anymore, like it hadn't been for a long time. That night, they hosted their first official dinner party in the new place. Zoe came early, with wine she pretended to understand. Jordan's mom brought a pie she definitely didn't bake. A few of Sam's art friends showed up with instruments and ended up doing an impromptu acoustic set on the floor. The apartment came alive. Candles flickered. Laughter spilled out of the windows. And for once, Jordan didn't feel like she was outside the moment, watching it happen. She was in it, fully. Sam leaned over during dinner, tucked a curl behind Jordan's ear, and said, "You look like someone who stopped running." Jordan smiled. "That's because I did." Just before midnight, after everyone had gone and the apartment was quiet again, Sam pulled Jordan out onto the balcony. The city below buzzed faintly, life, far enough away to admire, close enough to return to when needed. Sam reached into her back pocket and pulled out something small. A ring. Simple.
silver.
No diamonds. Just a thin, quiet band that glinted in the moonlight. Jordan blinked. "What is?" "This isn't a proposal," Sam said, voice soft but steady. "Not the way people expect. There's no speech. No kneeling. Just this, me,
You.
and the truth that I've already chosen you every single day, even before I knew what I was doing." Jordan stared, breath caught in her chest. Sam slid the ring onto her finger. "This is a promise. That when you are ready for the question, I'll already know your answer." Jordan felt the tears rise, but didn't let them fall. She cupped Sam's face and kissed her with everything that had ever lived unspoken inside her. "You don't have to wait for the question," she said against her lips. "My answer's already yes." Sam pulled back, grinning. "Then I guess we just skip straight to the epilogue." "No," Jordan whispered. "This is chapter 1. They made love that night like it meant something. Like it all had meaning. Not just the tenderness or the urgency, but the history, the bruises, the rebuilding. Every touch was a word. Every sigh a sentence. They spoke without speaking, finally fluent in the language they'd spent months writing together. In the early hours of morning, when sleep threatened but love refused to settle, Jordan sat up in bed, pulled her journal from the nightstand, and opened to the last blank page. She wrote, "I spent so long trying to make someone love me by being small. Then I met a girl who handed me a paintbrush and said, 'Make a mess.'
So I did."
I loved her in bold strokes, in unfinished lines. And when she stayed, I stopped being afraid of the mess I was. Because she made a masterpiece out of all of it. She was never coming back. And I was never letting go." Jordan closed the journal, placed it on the shelf beside Sam's sketchbook, and slid under the blanket, tucking herself against the woman who made everything real. And in the soft hush of a new morning, she whispered, "I love you." Sam, half asleep but always listening, replied, "Forever. Even when we're wrinkled and weird." Jordan laughed softly. Especially then. The city outside began to wake. But inside, something else had already bloomed, a love forged from pretending, hardened by chaos, and polished into permanence. It wasn't just a happy ending. It was a true beginning. If you enjoyed this content and want to support the channel in a special way, try clicking the thanks button below. It's the one with the heart and $sign icon. With super thanks, you can make a direct contribution to the channel, which helps me keep creating awesome videos for you.